This is not what the V10 advocates wanted to see. Apparently, the F1 bosses had a meeting this last weekend in Bahrain, and nothing came from that meeting, according to Red Bull Racing's boss, Christian Horner. It's not what we wanted to hear, guys, but it's also not overly surprising. Let's have a look at the full story here on the F1Chronicle.com. The prospect of V10 engines returning to Formula 1 anytime soon is off the table. All engine suppliers preparing for the radically electrified 2026 regulations met with F1 and the FIA at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Manama, Bahrain on Friday. The meeting was called amid raging behind-the-scenes speculation recently that Red Bull, Ferrari and Cadillac in particular are pushing for the 2026 rule period to be delayed or shortened. What we are seeing now is not great, Ferrari's Charles Leclerc said when asked about the concerns about the 2026 regulations, not only for racing but for everyone. Even in terms of safety, it is quite tricky in some cases. Red Bull's Max Verstappen agrees. I think everyone, at least most people, agree that a V10 is cool and sounds better, he said. Anyone who doesn't think so is probably a bit crazy, but you have to look at the situation in the world. You also have to listen to the manufacturers, what they want. They wanted something different and it was decided a few years ago. But when asked what happened in the V10 meeting, Red Bull team boss Christian Horner told Blick newspaper, nothing. The meeting was scheduled for 3 hours. After 70 minutes, we had nothing more to say to each other. There was no vote at all, so a lot of blah blah blah. Indeed, Germany's Automotor und Sport says the outcome was essentially a victory for Mercedes, Honda and Audi, with the 2026 regulations to proceed as planned. The only silver lining for the V10 proponents is that another meeting was scheduled to discuss whether the strict homologation regulations might be somewhat relaxed. F1's governing body confirmed that FIA is firmly committed to the 2026 Formula 1 regulations. The FIA technical department, together with a number of stakeholders, has invested a lot of time in the framing of the 2026 regulations on hybrid power units with 100% sustainable fuel. Another part of the statement added, all parties agreed to continue discussions on the future of technical direction of the sport. Audi, whose Sauber team will use Audi Works engines from 2026, was happy with the outcome. Audi remains fully committed to entering Formula 1 from 2026 with power unit technology built around the 3 key pillars, highly efficient engines, advanced hybrid electrification, and the use of sustainable fuel, a spokesperson said. So yeah, if I'm being honest, not a surprise. I mean, they were never going to bring them for 2026. I understand there were some concerns about it. I mean, people saying that Red Bull are behind those kind of calls and rumours. Red Bull denying that they were. I mean, who knows, to be honest. You know, at the end of the day, people want the V10 engines, you know, fans want them, but manufacturers don't for a number of reasons. And I think they could come back one day. I think there's definitely a possibility of that happening one day, but nah, it's not going to happen that soon. If it's going to happen, it's going to potentially happen like 2030, 2035. I think 2035 around then would be more likely because, you know, 2030 they want to be 100% sustainable, and maybe with those sustainable fuels they will be by then, so maybe the V10s can come in. But I also doubt they're going to abandon these current engines because they will have put a lot of time and money and resource and everything into developing these new engines in 2026, and I think, to be honest, they wouldn't really want to abandon them after 4 seasons, after the end of 2029. I think they want to keep them for probably nearly 10 years. I mean, look at the V6 hybrids now. They've been in the sport since 2014. This is their 12th season in Formula 1. They're going to want something similar for these. But anyway, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Is that the final nail in the coffin for the V10 revival, or is there still hope of them coming back to Formula 1 one day? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I've linked the video at the end of this one going over why I think the V10 era was a little bit overrated. People saying it's the glory days of Formula 1. It had its merits for sure, but it was far from perfect. See why in that video at the end on YouTube. If you're on one of the other socials, just look us up, search at that video. It'll probably come up pretty quickly. I'm one of the few people who's kind of put the V10 era down like that. So have fun watching that, and see you soon for some more content here on the channel.